Welcome to Washington Whispers. I'm the editor, Paul Bedard. Well, it might be Thanksgiving week, but it still looks like Sarah Palin week. I mean, man, is she on a roll or what? She's out promoting her book, Going Rogue. She's spending part of this week on a bus tour, going to every Borders and Sands Club she can hit. So what's it all about, you ask? Well, most think she's preparing for her 2012 presidential bid. She still needs a year or so of training on big national and international issues. And she's keeping her flame hot with the public in the meantime. Lots of pollsters think she makes a credible candidate. At least once she carves out some stance on big issues. Of course, she did that last week when she suggested what a lot of people have been thinking on that horrible Fort Hood shooting. Her position? Start profiling the bad guys now. You know, I talked to a bunch of the McCain campaign staffers she attacks in her book, and it's interesting the way they aren't retaliating. Well, for the most part. Some say they really want to counter her charges, but think that they'll come out looking better than she will in the long run. One thing's for sure. If she does get into the GOP primary in 2012, they better have their horse hitched to one of the other candidates like Mike Huckabee or Mitt Romney. And talking about Thanksgiving, I heard from Disneyland last week that Pumpkin, the national turkey from last year, died at the end of summer. That's pretty typical since they're bred just to live 18 weeks. But the alternate pecan is still alive, and both of the 2007 birds are alive. They're named May and Flower. Get it? Now, I'm sure that you heard that CNN loudmouth Lou Dobbs took an $8 million buyout and that John King is going to take his anchor seat weeknights at 7 p.m. Well, our Susie Parker caught up with John, who was drawing up blueprints for his new show. King says that he's not going to get into agenda politics Dobbs favored, fighting things like illegal immigrants and free trade. King has a different idea. He describes himself as a news traffic cop, bringing together experts and regular folks to discuss key issues. And he wants to be topical, which means he'll be stuck to Sarah Palin. In fact, he kind of hopes she'll stop in for a cup of coffee on his show. John and I covered some presidential campaigns in the White House together, and I'm pretty happy for him. He's the next generation's Wolf Blitzer who still dominates CNN. I'll tell you a little story. John and I were covering a late night event. It was actually a stakeout. We used to carry those old cell phones with rubber antennas. He used to chew his right down to the wires. So I asked Susie to ask him if he still nibbles his phone antenna, and he said, "Yep, I still chew my antenna, especially when I get wound up." Okay, now my tweets. Hot rumor is that Hillary Clinton will replace Joe Biden on Obama's re-election ticket. There are two good reasons. One, it's because Obama wants to reward Hillary for her work at state. And two, Joe may be too old to run in 2016. Next, Senate Republicans are no longer glum about next year's elections. It's gotten so bad for Democrats, they reason, that they can pick up 3 seats, killing the Democratic supermajority. Hey, you can check out my regular tweets on our U.S. News Washington Whispers homepage, or look up Whispers Bedard on Twitter. Come on and follow my tweets. Okay, that's a wrap. Thanks for listening, and check back often to see what Washington Whispers is reporting. I'm Paul Bedard.